Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
My first experience with Halo was Halo 1 when it came out. It's actually the thing that made me go out and buy an Xbox. I remember I was working on a game at EA at the time, and we were working long hours, and we had Xboxes at the studio. I went out and I bought Halo because everybody was raving about it, and I put it in the drive and decided, I'll just play a little bit tonight. And I ended up playing the whole game, the whole campaign all through the night without sleep. And then the next morning I was so blown away, I started again from the first mission. And then that day I went out and bought my own Xbox. So I've been a fan of the series since the very beginning. It's something that inspired me to want to make first-person shooters of my own, and inspired me to want to come to 343 and work on the franchise.
Yeah, been a big influence for me. Halo 1 as well. I was actually at LucasArts at the time, and we actually set up, we loved it so much, we set up 8 kits together, eight boxes together. We did tournaments within I think my team came in second. Tournaments with just playing multiplayer. I'm a big co-op fan, so we played through co-op campaign probably 3 times as members of the team. So that and it's influenced me from a console shooter perspective ever since. So big respect for the Halo games.
My favourite Halo is the first in the series, Halo Combat Evolved on the original Xbox. It was the first game I played on that console at its launch, and it set a new benchmark for my experiences over the years to come. From the first moment that you set foot on the Pillar of Autumn starship, it's then just this great story filled with action, futuristic sci-fi locations, and just loads of shooting aliens who take on many forms, shapes and sizes. Every level offered something new that you'd not experienced before, and it set a benchmark for many games since.
With 2, the challenge for us was really around the multiplayer, because that's really what people associate when they think of Halo 2, right? Just that fantastic multiplayer that really was the genesis of all of these multiplayer games that exist for us today. That's the reason why we actually shipped the multiplayer exactly as it was 10 years ago when it shipped. And beyond that, we've added the 6 maps so we can have a little more fun while still maintaining that classic experience that everyone remembers.
I am your sword. I know you, your past, your future.
I think my favourite Halo memory, pretty much from all of the Halo games, is driving the Warthog around. I love that kind of slippy, slidey handling. It's really good fun, kind of rally crossing around with a buddy in the back firing a machine gun. All that really came to a head for me in Halo 3. Where you had that awesome assault against the giant sort of spider tank thing, and to beat it, essentially, I ramped a Warthog over the ramp and landed it on top of the spider tank, and then jumped out and shot the core, and it all blew up, and I felt like an absolute hero.
You know the music. Time to dance.
Hey, help!
What we saw with the first anniversary was, you had those people who can remember Halo, as their first gameplay experience. And what was interesting to me is like meeting fans and talking to them is, talking to someone who's like 18 or 19 and realizing, wow, this guy was 9 when the first game came out and never actually got to play it. And taking these games and making them feel and look and play like next-gen games. It's a way for people who've never played these games before to experience it for the first time while still feeling like a next-gen game. One of the reasons why we had that switch button, the ability to swap the graphics back and forth, is that you could see and play the game having it look exactly the same as it did when you originally played it, and then you could swap back and see the new graphics, the next-gen graphics, the new audio, all of those things.
Chief! There!
Games always looked at Halo games as one of, if not the biggest events of the years when the games have been launched. One that comes to mind is when Halo 4 launched back in 2012, and Microsoft had a helicopter flying down the River Thames in London with a massive illuminated glyph attached to it. We then took the customers from that to the game store in London, where they could play the game before picking up their copy at midnight, and you don't see many bigger launches than a Halo launch.
What's interesting when you look at the collection is you can really see the evolution of the multiplayer gameplay from 1 to 4, and that leads into 5 with the beta that we're going to have at the end of December. What's been interesting for us doing this is, you do see our own genesis at the same time, right? Like you can see where our own multiplayer began with the work we've been doing with Halo 2. Insofar as how it's going to inform what we do, I think what's going to be fascinating for us is really for the first time we're going to be able to see, people are going to be voting with their gameplay, as I like to say. We have a lot of internal bets as to where we think people are going to spend most of their time in the Master Chief Collection, but I think it is going to be very informative for us at 343 to see what are the gameplay styles people are really playing, what are the game types that people are really playing, and that's obviously going to be huge for us down the line.
Ball, run. You have the ball.
I'm excited. I mean, it's over 100 multiplayer maps in that collection. It's like I just kind of want to trip down memory lane myself as a big fan too. I'm so focused on 5 myself, and I'm excited to just. I'm glad I have an Xbox One to play it.
This is on you. You know that, don't you? They weren't after us, they were after you and SC.
It's a little mind-blowing, really, when you look at all of the great stuff that's going on across the Halo franchise. And for us, we made a decision early on with 343 when we wanted to connect everything and create a vibrant, cohesive universe. And you're seeing that with Master Chief Collection leading up to Halo 5 Guardians, the introduction of Nightfall as a live-action series that's going to set up a new character in the universe. Will actually pay off within Halo 5 Guardians when it releases next year. But you're right, there's so much going on, and I think it's a great time to be a Halo fan.
None of these units have an exorbital comm. I'm with a condo down the bottom of the canyon.
We look at the channel as really sort of a single destination for all things Halo. Like, we hope that you go into the channel when you turn on your Xbox One, and we'll have programming streaming and going, but you'll access the games, you'll be able to access the games really seamlessly from there. So really the idea is, how do we take programming and make it more than just about sort of narrative content, but also add in all of the Twitch programming and the game experiences and have people sort of explore and move through those sort of really naturally and organically. So it's not so much, I'm going to go do this over here and then I'll do that over here. It's kind of enter the universe and sort of choose what you feel like doing at any given moment.
I think the thing that really attracts people to Halo is that sense of sweeping sort of sci-fi, space opera sort of stuff. You know, there's a really rich fiction, a really strong storyline. That's sort of evident in the Master Chief Collection with the sort of greater narrative, you know, Nightfall and all that stuff.
He says it's sourced from a place that no one will go. He says it's sourced from hell.
People are super involved in that fiction. They're super involved in the characters, Master Chief, Cortana. It's you know, it's sweeping sci-fi, big budget, the kind you almost don't see in Hollywood that much anymore.
The franchise has been around since the launch of the original Xbox console, so a generation's experienced the introduction of a character known as Master Chief, who has become legendary in the industry over the last 14 years. We've witnessed his highs, the lows, and also we're always looking for that next chapter in his story to understand where it will take us.
It's early to the point where this is very much a snapshot of a game in the midst of development, and so it's definitely not a marketing vehicle for the game. It's truly something where we want to get the game in the hands of fans, get feedback on the gameplay, you know, take feedback on gameplay balance, tuning of weapons, the new abilities, map layout, weapon placement within maps, as well as being able to stress test a lot of our new services, the dedicated servers that we have running the game experience. So all of that's just going to allow us to make improvements to the game before we launch next year. This is a great moment to, if you haven't already purchased an Xbox One, it's a great point to jump in with the Master Chief Collection coming out. You're getting 4 great games, the whole legacy of the Master Chief's adventures, and that's just leading you right up and dropping you off at the door for Halo 5 Guardians when we release next year.